Friends, it's good to be with you. Has anyone actually gone over the border before, been to Canada? Woo! Okay. Right. Anybody been to Toronto?
Yes!
Toronto? Okay. First, let me say a big thank you to Kristen and the gang here for inviting me. I'm on a little trip right now through the States. I just got from Florida, where it's very nice and warm. And I'm going in stages right now back to Canada. They just had a record snowfall of 51 centimeters, which I guess is like, what, 30-something inches? It's complicated. I don't really know. You gotta let me know, is this too loud? No? Okay, is this too loud? No? Okay, just let me know if it gets out of control. Okay, I'm going to play a few songs for you guys, tell a few stories. I thought a great way to start it off is to dedicate a song to the enemy of us all. This song is dedicated to the devil. I like to start off this way because I'm weird. But I don't know if you guys have ever come across the St. Benedict medal, but it's a beauty. Check it out, it's really awesome. My favorite line in it is, "Drink thou thine own poison." So I like to stick it to the man every time I play a concert. So this one is affectionately dedicated to the devil, and it's basically shove it. So this song is called Trouble. I said trouble. Well, you ain't no friend no more. Ooh, I said trouble. No, you ain't no friend no more. And Lord, I want you. Yeah, I want you out the door. And Lord, I want you. Don't come around here no more, cause I ain't your fool no more. No, I ain't your fool no more. No, I ain't your fool, I ain't your fool. No, I ain't your fool no more. I said trouble. No, I ain't your fool no more. Ooh, I said trouble. No, I ain't your fool no more. Cause Lord, you played me, but I'm stronger than before. And Lord, you played me, but I don't have it anymore. Cause I ain't your fool, no, no. No, I ain't your fool no more. No, I ain't your fool, I ain't your fool. No, I ain't your fool no more. No, I ain't your fool no more. Said trouble. Go drink your own poison. I said trouble. Go drink your own poison. Cause Lord, you played me, but I'm stronger than before. Lord, you played me, cause I ain't your fool no more. No, I ain't your fool no more. No, I ain't your fool, I ain't your fool. No, I ain't your fool no more. No, I ain't your fool no more. No, I ain't your fool no more. No, I ain't your fool, I ain't your fool. No, I ain't your fool no more. No, I ain't your fool no more. No, I ain't your fool no more. No, I ain't your fool, I ain't your fool. No, I ain't your fool no more. No, I ain't your fool no more. beaucoup. Since we don't have a lot of time, I gotta go deep and fast, okay? Is that okay? You don't have time, folks. You just gotta dive in deep in, okay? Question I want to ask you is, when you think about yourself, what's the first thing that comes to mind? How do you identify yourself? Sometimes I think it's maybe, I'm really strong and muscular, I got a huge beard, and whatever. But maybe sometimes it's not those things. Maybe it's the things the first thing that comes to mind when I think myself is those things I'm not proud about. And that's actually the first thing I think about when I think of myself. I think about the busted, broken, shameful, useless parts of me. And that's how I actually think about myself. So ask yourself that. First thing, when I have to describe myself to somebody, and I'm unfiltered, what's the first thing that I'm really going to say about myself? I think for us as Christians, our identity comes in the fact that we are sons and daughters of a Father who loves us. That's by far the first thing that should really come to mind. I'm loved. And I'm madly and ferociously loved by somebody. And so then it doesn't really matter what then X, Y, and Z are afterwards. That's the first thing, that's where I start. I kind of had an experience like that. I was on this pilgrimage, and there was this cross that a buddy of mine was like, dude, you gotta check out this cross, there's something weird happening with it. Okay. So I get there, and there's this big iron cross, and from the knee of the corpus, there's like a little drip coming out. And a drip. And a drip. I was like, oh my gosh, the cross is crying. There's no scientific thing why this should be happening. So I was there staring at it. And I was like, I don't get it. Like miracles, why did some miracles happen? What's the purpose of them? And so I was like asking the Lord, like, why are you crying? Are you crying for me? And I couldn't help but think, I don't know who this is attributed. I think it's attributed to St. Francis, but he gets attributed for things that he never actually said. But he said one of the greatest tragedies is that love is not loved. And as I was there looking at this cross, I'm like, wow, like, you're crazy in love with me. And most of my day, I ain't got time for you. And most of my life, I don't even think about you. Love is not loved. And that's one of the greatest tragedies in the world. And so I wrote this song while I was there. It's a very simple song. But yeah, if you're looking for love, people can love you well, friends can love you well, parents can love you well, but nobody can love you the way that God loves you. And that's something you don't gotta earn. It's already there, and it's unlimited. So this song's called Like You. My Lord, why do you cry? Is it me who's got your eyes? Have I come and still don't fully know how much love from your heart flows? 'Cause no one loves me like you. Restless heart, it tried to find its home, but let down and left alone. Out there in them, I was searching for you. My Lord, I know now it's true. That no one loves me like you. Yeah, no one loves me like you. Brother, sister, mother, lovers, not like you. Yeah, no one loves me like you. Yeah, no one loves me like you. And you lay your life down to prove that no one loves me like you. 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 Like you. Brother, sister, mother, lover, it's not like you. And you laid your life down to prove that no one loves me like you.
So I work as a campus minister up in Toronto at York University, it's a pretty big university in Canada. It's about 55,000. And I've been there for about 6 years. I love it. I love where you guys are at. This is a great time of your life to really ask good and deep questions that are really going to, anyways, shape the direction of your lives. I also started volunteering at a men's drug and addiction rehab center recently. And these guys have had a huge effect on my personal life now. I really see them as brothers. We're both brothers on a journey, and life for them right now finds them in rehab. But I think anybody who kind of understands sin, I think we can all say we're all in rehab, trying to figure out life and trying to get hooked on the right things in life. And I wrote this song before I had met these guys, and I was reflecting on the story of the Samaritan woman. And you know, here you see a woman too that Jesus encounters on her path that she travels often, the path to this well where she's trying to find life. This is a place where in many ways she's thirsting for something, but the well that she's going to will never satisfy. And here you have Jesus intercept her, as I think he intercepts all of us. And sometimes at awkward times we wish he wouldn't kind of show up while we're going to that well, but he does anyways. And he proposes something else. He proposes a new relationship, a new well. A well really that is, it's not going to go dry, but it's also something that's going to well up inside. You don't have to see being filled from the outside in, it's going to come from the inside out. And how this is just good news for her, and I think it's good news for us. To really be satisfied from the inside out. And I think anybody who struggles with addiction knows one thing. I think every addict knows this, is that they know their addiction can't bring peace. But the hope is that maybe in a moment they can experience peace. And I think that's one thing that sin can never give you. Sin never, ever, ever brings peace. It promises peace, but it never brings lasting peace. And that's really only, I think, found in the Lord. And so I wrote this song, wrestling with my own addictions in life, and finding that, if I'm honest with myself, the thing that I seek the most, that I desire the most, is peace. So this song is called I Just Want Peace. Well, I woke up in the city, and I woke up my mouth dry, 'cause I woke up to my living. Good Lord, I've been dead this whole time, 'cause the sunrise didn't mean nothing, 'cause I laid in bed every day till noon, and I realized that I'm not living unless, Lord, I rise with you. And I don't want money or all the world's honey, 'cause I see there's nothing now to me, 'cause the world you wanted gave you nothing of what you needed, and I would trade it all if I could just find peace. And I've tried to win the affection from people who have never cared for me, 'cause I thought they were what I needed, but they're just as damn lost as me. And so I married countless lovers, who I hope would fill the well that had run dry. But I trade all love for your promise of new life that wells up inside. And I don't want money or all the world's honey, 'cause I see it as nothing now to me, 'cause the world you wanted gave you nothing of what you needed, and I would trade it all if I could just find peace. And all I want is to find peace, more than the riches. And all I want is to find peace, more than final winning. And all I want is to find peace, more than my addiction. And all I want, 'cause I see it as nothing now to me, 'cause the world you wanted gave you nothing of what you needed, and I would trade it all if I could just
find peace.
So I have two albums with me here. My most recent one's called Brothers. The one, oh, here we go. There's one, Brothers. And the one before that album was called Sleeper Rise. Thank you very much. I'm going to take her on the road with me. She's going to be my merch lady. So the Sleeper Rise album, if I were to call that album something, I'd call it a forgiveness album. I've gone through a lot of healing in my life in the last few years. I would definitely say a lot of it has come through forgiveness. What kind of got me journeying down that road of forgiveness was I had this experience. I was playing a show somewhere, and this person came up and they were like super excited. And they're like, "Hey Joe, remember me? We were at that place, we had a conversation." And they just like went off about like, and for the life of me, I had no idea who they were or what they were talking about. And I was like, "Oh Lord, throw me a bone, like I just want, like eventually something's gonna click, right?" Like nothing, I had no idea what they were talking about. And so I don't know if you've ever been in a situation, something like this at least, and then you have to say, "Remind me your name again." And this person's like demeanor like instantly changed. It went from like, "I cannot believe you don't remember my name," and they like walked off. And I was like, okay, one of my friends like played a trick on me because that was like way too dramatic in my life. Like I do not rev that high. But as I was watching them walk away, I was like, oh my goodness, that's a real person. And they're like they're seriously ticked, but they're also like seriously hurt. And I felt terrible. Like, my personality, I already take things probably a little bit, I have a tough time with criticism, whatever. But like, I'm kind of like someone who stews on something. I'm like a crock pot. Like I just like think on things and I just overthink things. It's not healthy, but I'm working through this. But I went home and I was like, man, Joe, like you really let this person down. But I didn't stop there. I was like, Joe, you let lots of people down. And so I started thinking like, yeah, I hurt that person. Oh man, that person doesn't even talk to me anymore. And that person. So I was really in a down place. But then I went on the offense. I'm like, but other people let you down. I'm like, yeah. This is not healthy. Don't do this at home. This will take you to some very dark places. But I started to think about like people in my life that have hurt me. And eventually I got to my dad. My dad, he was always present in my life, but he was never really present to me. He was always physically there, but emotionally he was never there. And I remember growing up as a kid, and my friends would tell me all the things they're doing with their dads. Like, oh, my dad told me how to do this. We were playing with this. We were joking around doing this. I remember thinking, like, if that's what dads do, I don't think I have one. And I actually remember as a kid saying, I wish I had a different dad. Like any of my friends' dads would be better than my dad. And this went on for a while until I was about 18. I remember I was sitting in the kitchen with my mom. We were talking about different things, and then my dad came up with a conversation, and I just started ripping into him, just venting about, yeah. My mom actually cut me off and was like, Joe, you know your dad grew up without a dad, right? And I was like, actually, I don't know my dad's story. My dad's family's in Italy, and I never really met them. And
I don't really know my dad's story, actually. My mom was like, yeah, like when your dad was 2, his own dad passed away. And so your dad actually had no relationship with his own dad. And I'll never forget this line my mom said. She said, how are the fatherless supposed to know how to be fathers? Because really your dad was just doing what he thought dads did. His dad was never there for him, so he's never there for you. His dad never said, you know, I want to spend time with you, I'm proud of you, I love you. And so your dad never said those things. And all these things you wish your dad did, you realize he never had that shown to him. And I can honestly say, in this conversation with my mom, it was something like scales fell from my eyes. And for the first time in 18 years, I could actually see my dad as the man he was. My dad is a busted, broken man, just like me. I don't know about you guys, maybe it's the guy thing, or maybe the girls too, but, you know, like, your dad's Superman. Like, he's kind of like, you're born old and unrelatable and bunions and just like, you know, that's who you are, that's how you are. But I think for the first time I saw my dad but he's someone's son. He's someone's brother. And my dad has hurts and pains that in many ways I never allowed him to show. I'm like, no, you have to be strong. You can't be weak. And I never let my dad be weak. And as soon as I saw weakness, I saw, well, you failed. And this is where God met me. Because I was coming to the awareness of like, Joe, you let people down. You let lots of people. In fact, you actually have probably let everybody down in your whole life, at least in some way. And God's like, yeah, because you're not God. And I keep encountering people then in my life like that keep on hurting me, but I'm like, even those that are closest to me, I felt God say, yeah, because they're not God. They're a man just like you. Let man be man, and let God be God. So this for me began the journey of forgiveness, because I realized I need to forgive myself, release myself from, you know what, even you guys in this room, I'm going to let you down. Like, I hate to break the news to you, but it's going to happen. But I hope in my life that I've pointed you guys towards the one who won't let you down. I hope as a father, I can point my children towards the Father who won't let them down. Because I have to be humble enough to say, you know what, as your dad, I'm going to let you down. But our Father in heaven won't let you down. And this is really, this is the journey of forgiveness. So this song, in many ways, is the encounter of my own frailty with the frailty of others, but then encountering God's eternal love for me. The song's called Not the Man. I'm not the man I wanna be. I still do things that I should hate. I see it more as I grow old, that I will let you down. My father did what he thought best, though he himself grew fatherless. Lately have I loved the man in you, and I have let you down. You need to learn to forgive and let go. Don't hold me up where it's too high. I will fall down, I'll make you cry. I cannot love you perfectly, and I will let you down. and to hold too tight when I'm called home. One day I'll leave you here alone. I cannot walk with you always, and I will let you go. And you need to learn to forgive and let go. I need to learn to forgive and let go. You need to learn to forgive and let go. I'm not the man I see in you, though I try hard to be like you. I see it more as I grow old, but you won't let me down. You won't let me down.